This is Andrea Schulman again, and welcome to my bathroom. Today's video is a law of attraction step-by-step guide for you. If you are excited to watch today's video, please give it a thumbs up, and let's go ahead and jump right on into the video. All right, let's go ahead and get on into it. Before you even attempt to pull out a manifesting technique or a vision board or any of that stuff, the very first step is to evaluate your dream. It's very common for people to attempt to manifest, believe it or not, things they don't actually want. Now, why on earth would somebody try and manifest something that they do not want? Usually it's other people. Okay, so wanting to manifest something because it's what your mom and dad want for you, or wanting to manifest something because you think it's what your friends expect from you or society wants to see from you. A lot of times there are things that we think that we want that really have nothing to do with us and everything to do with what we think other people want from us. So for this beginning step, something that can give you tremendous clarity as to whether or not this is something that you actually want is to think far into the future. Okay, so think about a time where, maybe to be morbid, where you're sitting on your deathbed. So imagine yourself in that position and then think about, would I regret manifesting this thing now? Or would I regret not manifesting this thing now? That will give you a tremendous amount of clarity because you'll get outside of the tunnel vision of right now and what you think the pressures are on you right now. And it'll really get you to think about in terms of your life's journey. Is this thing that you want going to help you? Is this thing that you want going to move you forward? Is this thing going to push you in the direction of love, enjoyment, and fun? Or is this something that you're going to be manifesting that creates more of a cage for you? If you would regret manifesting this thing on your deathbed, don't even waste your time doing it now. Make sure that future you in your mind now is on board with this decision before moving forward. All right, moving right along. Once you know that you have a dream that's going to bring you joy, bliss, and excitement, the second step with the law of attraction is to set your goal or set your intention. It is pretty hilarious how many people are out there that want things and don't even take the time to ask for it. If you don't ask for it, you're not going to get it. If you don't sit there and say, this is what I want, and make it very clear in your mind what it is that you want, you are not going to attract that thing, because attracting something beyond what you already are requires you to step into the vibration of that. And if we aren't even willing to ask for it, we're not going to receive it. But while lots of practitioners of the law of attraction do set goals, one thing they often miss the mark on is that they aren't particularly specific. The more specific you are, the more you will be able to start thinking about that exact dream and drawing to you resources, ideas, inspired action that supports forward movement toward that specific goal. Again, cardinal rule with the law of attraction is like attracts like. If we're vague in our goal, we will be vague in our results. If we are specific in our goal, we will be much more specific in our results. So instead of writing some goal like, I want to manifest money, try and be more specific. I want to manifest $10,000 by the end of the year. A lot of people do not do step 3 because step 3 takes us into the territory of action. And so many people that are interested in the law of attraction don't think it has anything to do with action. But yes, action is important. So step 3 is all about creating a plan. Creating a plan. Now, before you get too excited about creating a plan, let me tell you something important about creating a plan. Creating a plan to obtain your dream or to receive your dream is not about you figuring out all of the steps It's not about you knowing how to get there. In fact, you do not know how to get there. You are going to need help. You are going to need assistance. And the plan that you draw out, should you draw out your plan today, is only gonna be a very rough estimate. In fact, it may be completely wrong, and that's okay. It may be the wrong plan altogether, and that's okay, because the point of creating a plan is not for you to have all the answers on how to get from here to there, but rather it's to trigger you into starting to act like someone who believes that they can materialize their dream. See, creating a plan is all about a seed of momentum. Taking action and getting moving in that direction so you can start to draw to you the resources, events, people, and scenarios that are going to help you out. So again, let's say that your specific goal is, I want to manifest $10,000 by the end of the year. Once you have your goal, go ahead and write out a rough plan. What are some things that you might be able to do to start lining up with that money? Brainstorm your ideas, come up with as many as you can. Having a plan is a very strong indication that not only are you willing to have a dream, but you're willing to start moving in the direction of that. And it's very important that we do move in the direction, because someone who believes in their dreams moves in the direction of them. So step number 3 is create a plan. Just create the best plan that you can where you are right now. Now, step 4 on our law of attraction step-by-step journey here is program the heck out of your subconscious mind. If you have identified a goal and it's a goal you have never achieved before, you're gonna have to do some adjustment of your subconscious mind. Your entire reality is a reflection of what's going on in here. And so if what you want is not a part of your present reality, it means it isn't going on up here. Subconscious programming is something a lot of law of attraction students do understand, but it is an area that many of them fall off on, because subconscious programming requires you to continue to embed an idea into your mind. See, if you've been telling yourself your entire life, I'm broke, I'm poor, I don't make money, I can't win money, I can't attract money, and you keep telling yourself that over and over and over again, your subconscious mind believes it because you've been saying it, you've been thinking it, you've been practicing it. And so just writing down your goal and creating a plan are good beginning steps. However, the subconscious mind is not at all going to be on board with that plan. And you'll notice this if you've created a significant dream. You're going to get to step 3 and your mind's going to be thinking, well, that's a great plan, but there's no way I can do that. That's not going to work. Well, those are indications that your subconscious mind isn't on board yet. And until your subconscious mind is on board, it's going to be slow going. You have to embed new thoughts in there until they become automatic. And that's one of the beauties of the subconscious mind. If you feed it an idea enough times, at some point it just absorbs it and it becomes part of your being, and you start behaving and acting and thinking automatically like a person that has that thing. By the way, please do remember to subscribe to my channel and turn on your notifications. Your support really does help me out, and I sincerely do appreciate it. Now, step number 5 is something you're going to be doing alongside step number 4. So after you've created a plan, you really get going on those 2 things at the same time. One of them is programming your subconscious mind, and you just keep doing that until your mind holds on to the idea. But at the same time, you want to start working on number 5, which is all about executing your plan. So in step 3, you created a very rudimentary plan based on what you think you might be able to do to get you moving in that direction. Well, at this point in the journey, you want to start executing on that plan. So for me, once I kind of have a rough plan written out, I'll look it over and say, which part of this plan do I think I want to work on now? Whichever one kind of jumps out at me, I'll go ahead and take action on that. And I'll keep doing that. So at a minimum, every single day, I'll look at the plan and take action on one of those things on that list. Within a few days, you'll probably start noticing that you're generating new ideas to put into your plan, new ways of going about it, new things that might work better for you, or ways to enhance your current plan. So with step number 5, again, we're taking action on our plan, but the plan that we wrote was very rudimentary and it was based on not a lot of information because we didn't really know where we were going. But as we start taking action, we'll start getting new ideas to put on our plan, new ways to change our plan, and we just continue following those steps. So be flexible with your plan. Keep changing it, revising it, but just keep moving forward. And a quick note here about step 5. Something that's tremendously useful with the law of attraction that a lot of people don't do is that once you start moving along, again, you're going to start receiving ideas, inspiration. If you get an idea that you can execute right now, do it right now. Don't push it off. Do it quickly. Do it immediately. So if you suddenly get an idea that, you know what, I should call Sally, or I should look up this on the internet, or I should check this thing out over here. Immediately, if you can, drop what you're doing and go follow that inspired action. The more willing you are to follow the trail and the quicker you do it, the quicker you'll manifest your dream. Also, before I get too far ahead of myself, if you are enjoying this law of attraction step-by-step guide, I've also put together a playlist with some other really awesome manifesting tips. If you'd like to watch those videos after you finish this one, make sure to look below in the description for a link on that. With step number 6, we want to make sure that we're avoiding negativity regarding our dream as much as humanly possible. You want to avoid complaining about how it's going, dwelling on the idea that it might not work out, talking to your friends about what's going wrong with it. You want to keep your rose-colored glasses on as much as possible. And this is an area that people often stick with too. Again, if you don't already have your dream in your possession, the mind hasn't yet been programmed around that idea. And so the mind doesn't really believe it. Until the mind really believes it, until that subconscious programming that you're doing really starts to take root, it's very easy to think negatively about your dream. It's very easy to start thinking it's not going to work out. The less you attend to those negative thoughts about your dream, the quicker you're going to retrain your subconscious mind. So be vigilant about avoiding negativity. Oh, and there's something hugely important to mention here that I want to make sure that I put in now. The size of your dream is really going to determine how much you got to do. So when we have little bitty things that we want to manifest, all that really means is that they're pretty believable. They're things that we think could probably happen. When we say that we want something big, something huge, what we're really saying is my subconscious mind is really far away from believing in this. So with your big dreams, you have to be more vigilant. You got to be more specific. You got to write a more thorough plan. You definitely have to practice subconscious thinking more. You're definitely going to have to stay on track with your plan. Your plan's probably going to be longer and more complicated because the bigger the dream is, the further away you see yourself from it. If you've got just like a little itty bitty dream, it's probably going to be pretty easy for you. And in fact, that's why I always encourage people to take my law of attraction test, because in that test, I'll have you manifest something kind of small where you just think about it and you do this little active visualization and it just comes back very easily because it's somewhat believable. And if you'd like to take that law of attraction test, please make sure to look below in the description for a link that I put there on that. Thanks so much for watching today's video and have a great day. Bye-bye.